Hey, morning, folks. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's doing all right out there. Some crazy, crazy price action we've seen, really, if I'm being honest. So, in terms of main news, all of that is in the morning notes, your morning read, basically. It is available on my LinkedIn channel, sorry, LinkedIn profile, via my newsletter, Your Morning Read, and also on the Dunk Capital main website. Just head over to Your Morning Read tab, is on the top right, if I'm not mistaken. So, main stories, really, the ones that I do want to mention will be because it's what we trade in the room mostly. So I've got the US and allies. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember the discussion about capping oil prices for Russian crude. So the US and allies are now mulling to set that around $40 to $60 a barrel, which is a far cry from where we are trading right now. And as I did speak on this couple of days ago, really, I think it was last week, saying like where they are trying to cap those prices are at where the break-even price is for producing crude in Russia. So basically, they won't make any money from producing them, cutting off war financing. I mean, that's what they're saying, basically. So that's 40 to 60. Whether or not how many countries are going to play ball with that is going to be a whole other reason. And I suspect that, trying to get that to happen might take a bit of time, really, if I'm being honest. So in terms of, and the other thing that is big is that the June meeting minutes by the FMC from the FMC was released overnight, and despite Jerome wasn't too forthcoming really during the press conference, but the minutes did show that there is backing for a 50 to 75 basis point hike. So 75 basis point hike for July is on the table. And what we've seen overnight is this. So we didn't, I did mention I was hoping for a bit of a pullback. Nope. We just opened above the 106 handle, which we broke through 2 days ago, and then yesterday just continued on printing, just briefly above the 107 handle. So very, very concerted buying on the dollar, which, you know, in a way, why we saw gold do this little bit here. So forget the colored lines here. That's as for me to look at as an indicator. But this was the open, the high of yesterday. Tried to go back to test the 17. This basically this inflection over here. That is 1776.7. Didn't even get there and just continued to break this prior, basically an inflection around half basically the second half of the year in 2021, and we are trading super super low right now, looking like 1700s, or potentially the next point of order obviously is for this level 1729.8 to be broken before we go for a test of this 2021 low at 1710.3. So the metals complex, there is a chart from Bloomberg Finance that I shared in the morning notes where we can literally just see this right here. I mean, it's a bit more filled up because historical data. These are futures, so different story. But basically, look at that. Right, we saw this massive rally throughout 2021, and even the first half of the year, like still trading above $4. We broke below $4, and just bam, these are daily bars, mind you. So that is just, oof, look at that. When did we break through four? It was here. So that is the 22nd of June, and we haven't seen buying since. This is not buying. This is just once you sell, and then there's usually a bit of consolidation that happens before the second leg happens, really. So, in terms of data, we have a couple of speakers, but no, nothing too big to mention, really. Apart from, in terms of data set, you have the US ADP coming out. Um, trade data is coming out of Canada and the US. That's just sort of like just to monitor. But jobless claims, because we do have the NFP tomorrow, and this plays into, ADP and initial jobless claims will play into tomorrow's NFP report. And for energy traders, we have the DOE figures, weekly figures coming out at, the usual 3:30 GMT. Um, Same thing with crude. Before I get off here, the same thing with crude. Look at that. That is, so the high was around 102, so we printed $95. I didn't mention this level yesterday. So that is a $7 range for the day, which is massive. And all this is due to the fact that we are still pricing in recession fears. The top story on Bloomberg during APAC trade was, Wall Street is saying that the recession is incoming. It's an impending recession. Like it is on the way, but then consumers are saying it's already here. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this was useful. If you have any questions at all, hit me up in the comments or in the Discord room. This is Reed bringing you the daily briefing for Dome Capital. Cheers, everyone.